Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl Kia Moore. If you're new, if you're not new, welcome back, okay? I have been at since about 5:30 this morning. Steven and I tend to kind of swap and take turns with the baby throughout the night. Just because, again, we're in the newborn trenches. So it's like, 1 minute she could be up. I'm getting hip to the schedule that we're on. So I'm like pumping when she's eating and all of that. But I've been up and I've actually been up with a lot on my mind. But I woke up today like, you know what, shit gotta get done. I have a couple projects to finish. I actually need to run real quick to the store to go get Ghost some food. He ran out of food yesterday and he's down there tripping. I just finished pumping. And our milk supply is getting back up there. I'm very hopeful that I start pumping more, which by the looks of it, I'm getting somewhere. I just want to take a moment to appreciate my skin. Yeah. Again, let me tell you how drinking a lot of water, staying hydrated, taking your vitamins, and being on a skin regimen really does matter. We do have to do our skincare routine at some point today because I did not just literally woke up and wash my face this morning because I need to hurry up and go to the store so Ghost can be quiet because this boy screaming, yelling as if somebody is doing something to him is throwing me. All right, so you ever just like set off to do something, get in the car, and then you just gotta take a little moment before you start driving? That's me. About to go to the store. I literally, when I get up in the morning, I try to wake up and have slow mornings. For the most part I can, but everybody, including the dog, is on a schedule. And so typically like he'll go outside, you know what I'm saying, about 6:37ish to just use the bathroom, come back in, chill for a little bit, and then come about 8 o'clock, my boy's ready to eat breakfast. Like he's on that type of schedule. Baby, it's 8:30. He's going crazy. He's down there screaming. I mean, dragging it out. You know what I'm saying? And I be feeling so bad because I'm just like, the baby's trying to sleep. I don't want him to wake the baby up. To go get this boy some food because it's driving me nuts. I did grab me a granola bar. This is the mom life. I grabbed me a granola bar real quick. Baby done ate. She done ate. She's full. She's milk drunk. She's out. I don't know that I'm grabbing me a coffee this morning just because, I'm trying to take things slow and I'm not trying to overdo it. So I'm not gonna overdo it. Or I'm just gonna see you guys when I get to the store. So, made it in the store. This is the dog food that I like to get Ghost. He actually seems to like it. So, that's it. So we are back. I love the fact that the store is not far. Check the mailbox. Let's see if any of this is important. That's his. Okay. This is what I was waiting on. You ever just want to get a bill out the way so fast? I be want to get Excel out the way, honey. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so I keep putting it off and I'm like, what am I doing? What was I supposed to be doing? Honey, I was supposed to be making my tea. I think I was telling y'all before, I'm actually on the raspberry leaf tea still. And because I'm trying to keep my milk supply up at my appointment on Wednesday, which today is Friday, I did just ask my doctor, like, hey, what do you guys recommend I do in order to keep my milk supply up? And she was like, of course, just drink lots of fluids, drink your teas, of course, your water, fruits, vegetables, things like that. So raspberry leaf tea, it is. I drink my tea with honey. You could do yours with sugar, whatever you feel, but I just feel like honey is the best option. And it is a sweetener. I honestly should have grabbed some more honey when I was there because baby, look, we running out. So I'm gonna let this steep for 2 minutes and we're gonna start straightening up everything. Like I said, it's not much to do, but what I can see needs to be fixed. So let's get to it. Now, so we done swept, we done mopped, organized the kitchen. I keep saying organized, we done cleaned the damn kitchen. I am getting ready to go to bingo, honey, okay? I feel like I have not been to bingo since I was a kid with my grandma, and I'm actually going with my grandma. My grandma, I'm gonna tell y'all, she's not your average 70-year-old woman. She might be 71, about to be 72. Either way, she's not your average, okay? She's 21 in the brain. Girl is active, okay? She is very much so on the go. And called me and said, Kia, I'm going to bingo. Basically, is you rolling? I said, absolutely. You guys don't know, where's it at? I've been using the Enrich Moisturizing Face Lotion. It is an SPF 15 from Trader Joe's. Don't sleep on Trader Joe's. I'm telling you right now, don't sleep on Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has some really good skincare products. And I mean, considering I've tried it all, I will say that this is one of my favorite moisturizers for sure. It gives a slight little glow, honey. You feel the moisture. I'm in a dry ass state, so this shit works. Enrich, yes it do. Hey. Oh Lord, I'm gonna bring y'all a little closer. So it is Saturday morning. I have a reading at 10 a.m. for a subscriber who's on the East Coast, so it's gonna be noon for her. Baby is literally right here in the swing sleep, so I decided to kind of straighten up this morning a little bit, do a little bit of sweeping, some mopping. I just want to keep the house tidied up so that way I don't have to keep doing it as often as I've been doing it. I also have a load of laundry in the washer, and I have some clothes that I of course need to fold. It's about 8 o'clock, we're a little after 8. So I'm going to get some meditation in so that way I can of course get my mind right before, you know, getting to work, which I say getting to work, but doing readings doesn't really feel like work to me. It's something that I truly enjoy. So it's kind of just like, you know, having a good time with people who need me when they need me. I gotta really look and see what the weather is gonna be like today, because it's been a little hot. The past couple of days it's been a little breezy, but it's still been hot as shit. So I'm just trying to think like, you know, of course I want to get out, get some air, but think about like what time I want to get out, just to get her out the house. So we'll see about that. I'm in a space where I'm just like, I need some fucking air, because I've just been going through some things. So it's probably best that we get out and we get away from the house a little bit, been taking care of the necessary things, but I really need to just redirect my mind and put in effort to some different energy so I can receive different energy, you know what I'm saying? But we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. Okay. When this girl starts to cry, honey, she be serious. And you're hungry, I know that, but I know your diaper needs to be changed first because this thing is soaked. I can feel it. It's about 8:30 in the morning. We had a night. Girl and I did not go to bed until about 3 a.m. She was just up, just chilling. Like, you feel me? Like, just chilling. I don't even know what I'm about to say. Long story short, didn't get that much sleep, but the sleep that I did get, I'm glad I got. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of one of those things where, OMG, this is why you're acting crazy. You had a poop. It's one of those things like where you just got to be grateful for the sleep you can get. Today is Sunday, so it's going to be my Sunday reset. Good thing about that is I've already started like organizing stuff. The house is great. I just need to put some clothes up. I need to fold some more. And my Sunday resets lately have been consisting of me just really like taking the time to be with myself. I might turn on some live streaming or just listen to my affirmations for the day and shit like that. But Sunday is all about resetting and chilling and relaxing as much as possible. So on top of that, just kind of wanted to sit down and chit chat with y'all a little bit about some stuff. But I go. See? Her bottle, I'm gonna let her dad know he can come up here and feed her. We're gonna go ahead on this side. Here, okay. I know you're hungry. She is so like just alert. I just can't get over it. Like, I'm glad that I can, of course, just feel like she'll entertain herself. She doesn't mind taking her naps. Like, she's a very good baby, a very, very good baby. You know, some people, you know, again, nothing against it, but have babies who just cry all day. And I'm like, she really only cries if she pooped, peed, or needs to eat. Other than that, she can sit here and just chill and, you know, just vibe out. But I also feel like it's the energy that you carry too. Like, if the energy in the house is chill, we always keep it kind of cool in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that makes a difference too, because when kids are around fucking chaos, destruction and all of that shit all the time, I think they pick up on that and they start going crazy. Like, we don't got time for that. That's not what we do. But when things are a little crazy, she'll never know. But it never gets like that. Everything is always figured out. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. So you guys see by the title, and if you made it this far, of course, we're gonna have just a little chit chat. But it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, y'all, and it feels so good. Like, I want to start taking more time to just enjoy myself in this element. But to jump straight into it, here's the reality of this. I truly don't know. Oh my gosh, y'all gonna experience me get chased by a bug in real time. I truly don't know anybody who plans or expects to be in a fucked up situation. I don't. And I genuinely myself, you know, seek to be in something that is solid, something that is going to work, and something that is real. And just because I don't want to make this like super, super long, just to get to the point, you guys seen before It was very fucking real. We went through, you know, a breakup, and it was one of those things where at the time I was pregnant, of course, and, you know, emotions are high, and I just, all kinds of things going on. Him wanting to, of course, you know, he's just being in his head, I'm in my head, and things just escalated to the point of, you know, us semi-separating for a few days. And then of course coming back together, because that's typically how it goes, and that it's not healthy, but clearly there's love there. And even now, you know, we can sit here and say, you know, to each other, like, I love you, I care, all of these things. And he is in a position where he's just like, I want to get myself together, where in my mind I'm thinking, well, if you're in a relationship with somebody, working through things together is what this is about. Things are not going to be easy. You know, everybody's going through some shit, but the whole point is to not give it. You know what I'm saying? And there was a point in time where he specifically asked me not to give up on him. So where I'm at with things right now is, we had a conversation the other day, and I'm like thinking to myself, because I'm going through all of these emotions, I'm like, breakups don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? And typically I'm a person that's like, I don't give a fuck. I do not care. It is what it is. I'm like, she's here now. And I never thought I would be that person that's like, I really want this shit to work. Like, feeling the emotions that I feel. But I felt that shit like 2 days ago. And I was like, sometimes people are really going through shit and facing demons. You just can't you can't talk them through things. They really just have to go through whatever they're going through by themselves. And I had that moment where I was just like, I don't need to talk him through this. Like, you have a responsibility, just handle your responsibility, I'll handle the rest. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm at. So even though we live together, I mean, we're still capable of doing things together. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of us also not doing things together. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And I'm just like, we don't have to have the fucking title, but what it's gonna be is, as long as she's taken care of, I don't give a fuck no more. Like, I wanted the whole family dynamic, and, you know, just us talking about weddings and getting married, excuse me, and getting married and all of these things. And these are conversations that he's brought up to me, like wanting to be married, wanting to, of course, do these things. But then our conversation led to, of course, other concerns, which I understand, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, it's so easy for people to give up, and realizing that people typically go through breakups when they have kids. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what the fuck is that about? You know what I'm saying? Like, you would think that it would put people in a much stronger position. I'm not saying kids keep anybody. Kids ain't keeping no nigga. I'm telling you that. And that was never, of course, the plan, because we planned on her. Like, we literally was like, we're gonna have a baby. You know what I'm saying? And she was planned. So it's not one of those things where it was like, oh my God, I'm gonna have his. I've never been that type of chick. You know what I'm saying? But I do hold people accountable. I'm also holding myself accountable in the sense of just not giving up on myself, making sure that I'm still motivated in the ways that I need to be motivated. Again, breakups are not easy in any way, whether it's you guys stepping back from each other for a short amount of time, or whatever the fuck the situation may be. It's just not easy knowing that a person mentally isn't available to you. That's what it boils down to for me. It's just not feeling like, even though we're capable of getting things done together, that he really just is available for me emotionally either. And so I ended up, of course, just, kind of dissecting the situation even more. And I'm just like, again, this is a pattern that you have. You're so used to, of course, having gone through relationships where the other party wasn't trying. So it puts you in a position to have to do things by yourself anyway. And that's unfortunate. I'm not that type of woman. I need somebody who is going to step up to the plate no matter what. Bless you, mama. And, there's help in certain areas, but I need someone who's mentally available. And it's something that he's done before. It's something that I know he can do, but at this time, whatever he's going through is just not aligning with, you know, what I'm anticipating or what I'm expecting to be the case. We just come to this point of us stepping back from each other in the relationship space and just being amazing parents for clarity. If we get to the point, or if we can get to the point where we are able to be great friends, which again, we can still socialize. We could still sit and watch movies. You know what I'm saying? We could still go out and, you know, we could just still be in each other's space. It's just the emotional connection. And he tells me often, like, bless you, mama. He tells me often, like, you don't know how much I love you and things like that. And I'm just like, I don't feel the fucking love when you're not able to communicate, when you're not able to, again, be emotionally available. That shit just doesn't make sense to me. I chucked it at and was like, let's just do what the fuck we need to do to make sure we can get through whatever tough time we're getting through. I ultimately still have goals, and I'm going to make sure that, you know, these things are just taken care of. If we can get to a point where a conversation is had for us to, like, you know, be in a relationship and actually make things work, I'm possibly open to that. But as of right now, I've just, you know, you go through the moment as a woman and you're like, oh, I want this to work. And then the shit starts pissing me off. I ain't gonna lie. Point where I'm just like, I don't even give a fuck no more. I just want us to be available to her. And I have high hopes. Like, I pray sometimes that the relationship will find its way back. But it's not something that I'm gonna chase. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna chase the relationship back to what I feel it should be. It's just, you know, if God plans, if that's one of God's plans, then it'll work. And hopefully he's able to really see, for one, how I operate and how I've been available. Yeah, like, I don't even know what else to say. Like, I had no idea as to how I even wanted to reintroduce this again, because I'm like, we've been here before. You know what I'm saying? And it just sucks. It's unfortunate when you do love somebody, how that person can pull back and not realize just how it makes you feel. You know what I'm saying? But we still have things to do. Hi, mama. And I'm just like, we're back at it again, but it's not going to stop me, I guess. You know, we could say we're just navigating a breakup again and trying to really figure out, like, where things are going to be. I don't want it to be, like I said, like what he's used to, or even just being a single parent. That's not what I plan to do. I really have the idea of, like, being a family and having things work out, traveling together, building a home together. When you're going through bullshit, just really figuring things out. Two brains are always, you know, better than one type shit, but it's really difficult to do that when you're involved with a person who's never had that. When you're anticipating for things to go a certain way, it almost feels like, damn, like, what the fuck am I doing? Or what am I not doing? Why am I here? You know what I'm saying? How did I get myself in this situation? And then I just really had to think about it, like, you know what? First of all, we're in a fucking retrograde. I don't know what the fuck is going on, and I don't have time for it. But at the end of the day, there's nothing that I'm doing wrong. Like I said, people just have to work through their own shit. And sometimes it just takes them being by themselves to realize just exactly, you know, how to move through that. Like, you don't have no control as to how to help people through their shit. You know, we'll figure it out, but I'm not going to rush it anymore. Like I said, I just want things to flow. I want to be in a happy space for my baby. I want to make sure that I'm able to give her all of the needed attention that I can, and I want to be available to her. I don't want to feel drained or sad and she feel that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because babies can feel it. And she's a happy baby. And I just don't want to be in this, like, sad space anymore. Like, I could hear it in my fucking voice sometimes, like, wanting to cry. And I'm just like, I'm much stronger than this shit. Like, I'm I'm capable of doing any fucking thing that I want to do. And for her, I'm about to run shit the fuck up. And I'm just like, you cannot stop me during this time. You're either going to be with me or you're going to get left. And that's just how I feel. So I would much rather he be with me. But, you know, that's a choice that he ultimately has to make. Will I wait around forever? Fuck no. I'm not. And I mean, I know that sounds crazy too, because there's some women who are like, oh, but he's the father of your baby. And that, because what people don't understand is you have to set boundaries. There are boundaries that are needed. And I think that, you know, everyone is responsible for teaching a person how to love them and how to be available. If a person chooses not to do those things, it's not that they didn't hear you, it's that they just made a choice. Everything's gonna work out in my favor because it always does. I'm one of God's favorites, for real, and things work out for me. It's just, you know, what am I gonna do next? So yeah, we got shit to do, but I truly love you all. I'm definitely gonna pick back up, start another vlog. Of course, it's really kind of therapeutic for me during this time, to chit chat with y'all and just get things done. I am gonna go live here in a second, but wanted to just get that off my chest. I know, you know, hopefully you guys understand what it is that I'm saying, because some people be like, huh, what? And I'm just like, look, we're at a standstill right now. I'm in a place where I'm looking to, of course, build up, without feeling drained, without feeling overwhelmed and things like that. So, you know, as of right now, I guess your girl is single in a situationship, if that makes sense. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully, you know, he's capable of willing us back together in the sense of saying, hey, let's have a conversation and not wait on me to do it. But you know, whatever happens. I just know that things are going to work out for me as they need to, as they always do. I'll just continue to pray about the situation, continue to ask, you know, that I'm guided in the right direction. And for anybody who's going through a breakup or who has gone, you know, through this where you have to like pull back, especially when kids are involved, it gets better. It's gonna be okay. I appreciate the support and just the, you know, the positivity that I am sent on a regular basis from a lot of you. And, you know, I plan to, of course, continue showing up for myself no matter what. So I will see you guys in my next vlog. Love.